All right, welcome back to another. Let me get this good. Good, right? Welcome back. So today we're talking about chapter 10 is how to score points with women. In the previous video, chapter 9, in the last part of the video, I said that to score, when we score points with women, doing a big thing for them. Like let's say you buy a brand new car, a brand new house. It's really only gonna be worth like 1 point to her in terms of scorekeeping in the relationship, which is you're gonna find extremely shocking, especially as us men. We like to do big things for our women. We start to work on bigger and better things. We always working on creating something big and grand, especially for ourselves. So we assume that women will do this, appreciate this, because we think that they're like us. But most importantly, in this entire relationship series, we need to remember that women are from Venus. They do not think the same way. They do not feel things the same way. They're like aliens. So that means we need to understand and learn their language so that way we can better communicate with them. And your life is gonna get a ton easier. In the beginning of our relationships, we naturally do these small things that women appreciate. Women appreciate multiple multiple occurrences of showing love. They don't want one big show love. I mean, yes, they will appreciate that as well, but to them, if it took you 5 years to that one big thing, she's gonna be gone, bro. She's not gonna be there. But if you show her every day that you love her and you're still working on these grand things because that's what you want to do, right? So you show her your love, you give her a hug, you tell her you love her, you remind her. These things that you do on a daily basis are gonna get you more points in the long run and more points every day than those big grand things. If you easily want to remember how women keep score, consider them like a gas tank, right? You constantly have to keep filling up this gas tank of love. It's not like one time, like you just say I love you once and that's it. It's not gonna keep the gas tank full. It's gonna empty out slowly. And that's how women are. This need that women have to constantly be filled up with gas is a real and valid need that we as men don't fully understand because we're not them. Unfortunately for us, and how we harmonize with women, we think that doing bigger things is gonna get us more love. I'm gonna read you this quote from the book. He says, John Gray, the author, most men strive for greater and greater success because they believe it will make them worthy of love. Deep inside, they crave love and admiration from others. They do not know that they can draw that love and admiration to them without having to be a greater success. You don't gotta be Bill Gates. You don't gotta be Elon Musk. You don't gotta be whoever, freaking Jeff Bezos, one of these rich people, to think that you're doing something grand and crazy. Or you don't gotta cure cancer to think that you're worthy of love as us men. I know it's different. We don't normally think about that kind of way, but if you want love from women, it's not as hard as you think. Unfortunately for us, a woman can help and cure this addiction that we have to bigger and grander things. Fortunately for us men and our relationship with women can actually help us become more confident and more worthy of love when she shows us appreciation for the little things that we do. It could be anything that you do, but when she shows you appreciation for the little things, it's gonna help you break out of this addiction that you have to be super big and grand in order to be worthy of love. So we know women can help cure us from this addiction, but what about why don't they not give appreciation? Like, why do sometimes they withhold this appreciation? Why are they not appreciating what we do for them? Because women are from a different planet, they don't know that about us. They don't know that these little acts of appreciation are super, super important to us as a men. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is they may have something called the resentment flu that he mentioned in this book, which means they have more resentment built up. So now they're not able to be appreciated or appreciative because they themselves are not appreciated. When the woman has the resentment flu, this is how she's gonna keep score with you. You are the man. You got 10 points, let's just say, right? She feels like she has 20. She's done more things for you. You've done 10 points of stuff for her. She's gonna subtract your 10. So she's gonna say, okay, now you have 0 and I'm gonna remove 10 for myself. So now I have 10. So now you have 0 and I have 10. So obviously you can see that's unfair. Now you're at 0 and she's at 10 and she still has 10 points above you. So this is when she starts to feel unappreciated. She starts to feel like, oh wow, he doesn't care about me because he has 0 points. That's how she, it's not like actually like points. Nobody actually keeps score in their head like points. I mean, maybe, but nobody I know does that. the whole point is that the points are like unconsciously you keep track. It's like, oh, I did this for you, you did this for me, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, etc. So these are the acts of love that you have in a relationship. The biggest problem with this though is not that it's just unfair, is that it will also give him the resentment flu. You is gonna give you the resentment flu, not him, you. Once you have 0 points and you do something for her, right? She's not gonna be appreciative. And since she's not appreciative that you did something for her, you're gonna feel unmotivated. You're not gonna continue wanting to do something for someone who doesn't appreciate what you do. See? So this starts a vicious cycle. It's not gonna be good for both of you. So when she has the flu, what do we need to do? And well, first of all, you don't wanna get the flu either. But if she has the flu, what are you gonna do? She needs to you need to give her the space, and she needs to treat herself like she actually has a flu. She needs to take care of herself, treat herself, pamper herself, do whatever she likes to do something so that way she doesn't feel like the resentment toward you. So what exactly do we need to do when she has a resentment flu? First of all, since we know this as men, you need to basically tell her she needs to take care of herself, pamper herself, reward herself. She needs to basically stop giving you things. She needs to stop adding to her own score, because she actually has to take responsibility for her bringing up her score and basically removing it from yours. For us, since we know that they might have the flu and we're watching this video, we understand. We need to just remind ourselves that it's really hard for a woman to be appreciative when she has a resentment flu. And it's gonna take time, and you need to be patient and also understand that it's not going to last forever. She's going to get cured, and you can cure her of the resentment flu by continually giving her love and affection, slowly, small steps. You don't need to do something big. You don't need to go buy a brand new car the moment you upset her, or you don't need to do something small. 1 rose is going to she's going to make her happy. She's going to show that you love her, compared to a whole bunch of roses. So just do whatever works best for you. Alright, so now that we got all that covered, now we're gonna move on to the next topic. But same section basically, is that us men, we give less in a relationship. It seems like most people will say that, oh, men always give less in a relationship, and we're gonna find out why. Us men, we idealize fairness, right? I'm sure you can agree with me on that. So if I do one thing for you, I expect one thing back from you, 1-to-1. And we also do this with our relationships. So if I've done 20 points worth, and for her, right, I've gained 20 points, I made 20 points in our relationship, then I expect her to catch up and give me 20 points back, right? Fair. But because we don't count the same, males and females, I go to work and I get back home and I think, okay, that's 30 points because I worked really hard all day, we're paying the bills, we have food, we have everything we need, we can go shopping, and that's because I worked all day. To her, she doesn't think that's 30 points. To you, you were working the whole time, you're doing those things you need to do. Those things are only worth one each, because it's only like one act of love. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like you did 30 points. You might felt like 30 points of work, most definitely. But to her, she doesn't receive 30 points. See what I'm saying? She doesn't count it the same way. Women, on the other hand, they believe in unconditional love, right? So we're about fairness as men, and then women are like unconditional love. So that means even if she thinks the score, let's just say, she thinks you have 10 and she has like 20, right? So 10 to 20, you're at 10, she's at 20. If you ask her to do something, she's gonna still give it to you, and she's gonna be happy to do it because she believes that you're also gonna make that up as well. So she's doing it unconditionally. She's gonna love you and do it for you unconditionally. We need to remember that with the women, they will not ask for support. They don't really do that. And the reason that they don't ask you for support, they just straight up don't tell you what they need, is because, like I said, remember, they're from Venus. They don't think that way. It would be so much better if she knew that and she could just say, hey, I want this, I need this. Then that's something you can talk about in your relationship once you understand it. And because the women idealize unconditional love, they're expecting you to be exactly like her. So she's expecting you to give love and support before she even asks, which is not what we do. Us men, when we need something, we'll go ahead and ask our bros for it. We'll be like, yo, I need this. And that's usually after we've tried ourselves. See, that's very different. Then the problem happens is when we assume that the points are even because she does not ask for any support. She does not ask you to do anything. She's not asking like any specific like things. So you think the score is even, but really it's not. It's because she's giving you unconditionally. So now what about how we give points, right? Us, man, how do we give points? One major problem that happens in a relationship, so actually I'm gonna talk about how we give points in another video, but a problem in our relationship with how we keep points is that we will give penalty points to the woman whenever she upsets us. So if we're at like, let's say we have 10 points, she has 10 points, it's even, right? She does something that upsets us, boom, minus 20. She's now at negative 10 and we're at 10. So now we feel like, oh, she owes us negative 10. She has to apologize, she has to do whatever. We end up giving penalty points. When we do this is not fair. Just the same way as when they subtract the points from you, you cannot give her penalty points, right? When you start to give her penalty points, you're making her feel unappreciated, and then she's gonna be less willing to give. And when she's less willing to give, then you're not gonna get any points, she's not gonna get any points. This is gonna make a bad cycle that you're gonna have to break out of, someone's gonna have to break out of it. So don't get in the habit of giving penalty points. What we need to do is remember to forgive and remember all the things that she has done for us. Start counting her blessings that she did. Maybe it's small things, some things you might not have even noticed. So she got way more points than you, possibly because you haven't noticed the things that she's done. Keep and remember those things, and then just be patient. Things will work out once you have the right patience. Because women are more emotional, sometimes we gotta tap into our own emotional aspect in order to better connect with them. And remember that she's like I said, she's not from this planet. So you can tell her, explain to her the kind of support that you're looking for, and tell her respectfully, and she's gonna be more than willing to do that because she's gonna do that unconditional love for you. So just tell her what kind of support you need. But also, most importantly, after you tell her what you need from her, give her the opportunity to do it, and don't be holding those penalty points. Give her the opportunity to do it, and watch, you're gonna feel a lot better. I know this video has been a little bit all over the place. It's been a little hard trying to get everything all together, to be honest. So please, thank you, bear patience with me. So we're gonna conclude basically how we learned everything, right? We learned how we give some points. We learned how the women give points, right? Which is how they each thing that you do for them is basically 1 point. Because everything is 1 point, doing more small things, small acts, writing like a letter, giving her a hug, telling her you love her, just little things that don't even require much energy or effort can make your relationship so much better just by understanding how they're different from us. You might even think that this is gonna take more work, but really just because we know and understand them better, it's actually gonna be much less work. You don't have to change too much. It's like if I gave you the secret formula to making like a really good burger, it's actually a shortcut, you know? So it's actually not gonna require any additional work from you. All you gotta do is just change what you're already doing to something different, and it might actually be even easier. I'm sure instead of working really hard to try to afford some crazy thing, you can still have a way better relationship, receive more love, and be more happy just by writing a couple thank you letters to her whenever, like throughout the day, randomly, give it to her randomly. Something small like that. I mean, that's what I do sometimes. Getting her a flower, maybe here and there. I don't know, we can get a bunch of ideas from like AI or something. It's 20 acts of love that are affordable on AI, you know, just put in ChatGPT, whatever. Probably even tell it to do 100 and you can get some inspiration. Anyway, thank you again for tuning into this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, what you think. Is this like something that you're already doing? Is this something you already learned? Is this even helping you? Like, I don't know, I don't get too much feedback on here. So let me know in the comments below. I think it's right there, right? Ding, 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 ding. You could join me on my Patreon. I'll see you in the next video, chapter 11. That's how to communicate difficult feelings. So hopefully that video will be more in order. I think I might even just do a transcript. I know this video is going off the walls. I got like a teleprompter thing right here. Like, it's not right here, but you know, I'll show you. Yeah, this is it, like right here. Basically, you put this on the camera like this, you know, and I can see the text on the screen right here because there's a screen. See, it's pretty cool, but it takes a lot of work to set it up. And to be honest, I don't got time for all that sometimes. But next video, good. Hit subscribe. Let me know. Hold up. Unless you like the videos like this, that's fine too. We could do that too. But you know, the teleprompter, maybe I could just put bullet points so I remember everything. That's a good idea. I'll just do that. Let me know.